Welcome to our Thanksgiving episode of the Kanc Connection. My name is Jillian, and we thank you for joining us. As always, enjoy the show.
Olivia co-hosting today. First up, we have a college information segment put together by Jillian, Clark, and me. Let's take a look.
Planning and preparing for college can be difficult during this time. We talked to our guidance counselor, Mr. Quinn, about how you can begin to look at colleges. We also sat down with senior JC Avery about what she has done to prepare and her plans for the future.
My name is Sean Quinn, school counselor at Lin-Wood Public School. I've been here for 8 years, and my primary roles are academic development, career development, and personal social development. So the best place to start with college is identifying what type of college you want to go to by your interests and your skills, your talents. Once we identify what those are, we can then narrow down the search field by how far away from home it is, how big the school is it urban, is it rural, what kind of supports are in place. And once we start identifying all those key issues that are important to individual students, then we can start looking at the colleges that match the best. This is different in a lot of ways. You have not been afforded the same opportunities that other classes before you have been afforded. Students they're still provided access to those individual meetings, and our time frames are still going to look fairly similar, even though slightly delayed.
If you have additional questions about where to start or need help along the way, contact Mr. Quinn in the guidance counselor office. Now on to our interview with JC Avery.
I'm JC Avery and I'm in 12th grade. I applied to Lakes Region Community College, Manchester Community College, White Mountains Community College, and then Vermont Technical Institute. I'm going to be going to Lakes Region because it was my first choice. It has a really good automotive program, which is what I'm going to be going for. It has the best of the four that I chose to apply for. Best of luck to the class of 2021.
Well said, JC. Best of luck to all our seniors this year.
Thank you, Mr. Quinn and JC Avery, for being a part of those interviews. Now we have It's All Greek to Me with Emma McNamara. Emma, what tale will you be telling us about this week?
Welcome back to It's All Greek to Me. I'm Emma, and this week I'm talking about my absolute favorite god, Dionysus. This man was the god of adult beverages, fun, celebrations, and parties. Dionysus was also known as Bacchus, along with several other pseudonyms. We also know that he's been worshipped since at least mid-century 13 BCE, due to finding his name in early Greek inscriptions. Interestingly, the origin of his cult is not quite known. It may have appeared around this time, as all of the cult's descriptions of Dionysus show him coming to Greece from somewhere else, and they were all very prominently known in Greece by the following age. Although, the widely known myths show Dionysus' parents being Zeus and Semele, the daughter of a Greek king. So Dionysus' origins are a little unknown, but we do know that he traveled around, spreading his invention of wine as well as founding towns and causing a general ruckus. As with most gods, Dionysus had his own cult, although this cult means more of a specialized group of worship instead of the baby-sacrificing, cult-chanting horror movie cult the word brings to mind. Dionysus' cult was also quite an annoyance for a few city-states, especially Athens. Athens absolutely hated this cult and on multiple occasions attempted to shut it down, but they always failed. Why, might you ask? In the simplest terms, you can't stop the party, and that's exactly what this cult was. The Dionysian cult was basically through huge ritualistic parties, forming sacred bands and dancing around. It was a known fact that Dionysus threw the sickest parties, and most of the time they ended fine, but as they were a Greek cult, they did the standard sacrifices for the gods. So the cult would occasionally dismember cows and other animals to sacrifice to their patron god. Although, on the rare occasion, party crashers would also be sacrificed. But that's just what happens when you combine stuck-up travelers with the coolest parties this side of the Peloponnese.
Thank you, Emma. Next up is another wacky word. Tucker, roll that clip.
Hello, and welcome back to Wacky Words. Today's word is hubris. Hubris means to be very prideful, even to the point of arrogant. In Greek tragedy, it was often hubris that was the fatal shortcoming that led to the fall of the hero. Examples of hubris are found in all sorts of tragedies throughout Greece and Rome. The phrase, pride goeth before all, is common when studying Greek or Roman mythology. This phrase is essentially talking about hubris and its connections to the downfall of significant main characters. This has been Wacky Words. See you again next week.
That's a pretty cool word. Next up is Yay Sports with Olivia.
Welcome back, Yay. School basketball practice will be beginning next Monday. The boys will practice at 2:45 to 4:15, and the girls will practice from 4:15 to 5:45. To participate, you must be signed up on Family ID. Skills and drills for varsity girls and boys basketball will begin on November 30th, as well as ski team dryland training. The Lin-Wood Lumberjacks Gear online store will be open until November 30th. If you want to support our school with some cool new merch, be sure to put your order in soon. Remember to sign up for your winter sport with your parents using Family ID. I can't wait for the upcoming winter sports season. It's time for a public service announcement break. We'll see you in 60 seconds.
Everybody can make something, because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
Welcome back. Now we have some interviews with staff and students about the safety surrounding Thanksgiving this year, put together by Angel Kittleson and Emma McNamara.
How is Thanksgiving going to look different this year for you?
Well, this year is an unfortunate year, and actually we're not doing the big family gathering this year. First time in forever, I'm just keeping it just to our immediate family.
How are you dealing with all the COVID stress and such around these holidays?
In various different ways. Most of it trying to spend some time outdoors without a mask on.
And finally, what's your favorite Thanksgiving food?
Oh, this is a tough one because you all know I like to eat, but I'm having to go for the desserts such as the pumpkin pie.
How is Thanksgiving going to look different for your family? What precautions are you guys taking?
We're just doing a small meal with me, my sister, and my parents. Just 4 people. It's gonna be nice and small, but it's gonna be awesome.
Next, how are you dealing with COVID-related stress around these holidays?
I'm just trying to live life the same.
And finally, what's your favorite Thanksgiving food?
Ooh, I like the mashed potatoes and gravy. That's probably my favorite.
How is Thanksgiving going to look different this year? Like, what precautions are you and your family taking?
I normally go to mass for see my other family, but this year I won't be going because of everything going on.
How are you dealing with all the COVID-related stress around these holidays?
It's very stressful not being able to see like the other half of my family that I don't normally get to see. I'm gonna miss them a lot.
And finally, what's your favorite Thanksgiving food?
Cranberry sauce. I love cranberry sauce.
How is Thanksgiving going to look different this year for you and your family? Like, what precautions are you guys taking?
I think we're going to be a little bit safer with travel. Roads have been really busy lately because people keep going from place to place, thinking it's safer. And we're going to try to lower the grouping down and have less people travel up, sadly.
How are you dealing with all the COVID-related stress around the holiday season?
It's definitely been a little stressful and a little different. This whole year has been insane. But around Thanksgiving, it is a big holiday, and usually you have your whole family around, but with the COVID restrictions, that can't be done this year.
And finally, what's your favorite Thanksgiving food?
Cranberry sauce.
How is Thanksgiving going to look different for you this year? Like, what precautions are you and your family taking?
Usually my boyfriend and I flip back and forth between visiting my family and his family. This year, we can't go see his family because they are partially in Vermont and we're not allowed in Vermont. And my family is from Connecticut and New York, which is not safe for me to go hang out with them. So I am taking the opportunity to not travel, and I am going to try to host my first Thanksgiving this year, which means cooking a turkey. I'm a little bit nervous about it, but also excited. And we're doing an orphan Thanksgiving. So all of my friends that are in the same boat as me and can't travel to see their families, they're all coming to our house.
How are you dealing with all of the COVID-related stress around these holidays?
Taking it one day at a time and trying to find a positive in every day. And I think that's what I'm doing, just not for the holidays, but just any day in general.
What's your favorite Thanksgiving food?
Either apple pie or green bean casserole. However, when I'm with my family, we're really into appetizers and setting up like chips and dip and like crackers and everything before Thanksgiving, and I hover around that table all the time.
Those are great traditions. Thank you for everyone interviewed. Next, we have some more interviews with staff and students about what they are thankful for this holiday season, put together by Olivia and Shanna Drapo.
Oh, what am I thankful for? For Thanksgiving season, I'm thankful for that all our family and friends are so far keeping safe in this wonderful pandemic.
I'm thankful for a very supporting family that will get me through this tough time.
This Thanksgiving, especially this year, I'm thankful that my family is safe and healthy.
This Thanksgiving, I am thankful for my friends, my family, my two wonderful children that challenge me in so many ways, but I love so much.
I'm thankful that it's almost Thanksgiving and we're still live and not remote. I'm thankful for the opportunity to be teaching here and doing what I'm doing and enjoying my life. I'm thankful that we don't have 3 feet of snow yet. I'm thankful for coffee.
I'm thankful for having really fun friends that I can lean on in times that are hard.
I'm thankful that we were able to have a soccer season and that hopefully we'll have a basketball season. I'm thankful for all of my friends and family.
I am thankful for my friends, my family, my teammates, my teachers, food, my house, my dog, chapstick, and ice cream. That's food, but it's delicious.
I am thankful for my family, friends, and being in school, and my dog.
I am thankful for my family and my friends and hunting.
I'm very thankful that Sydney allowed me to wear her t-shirt, and I'm also thankful for working at Lin-Wood Public High School.
Now Madhav Patel is back with another episode of Madhav's Movie Minutes. Let's see what movie he will be telling us about this week.
What's that gas barrel?
Yes. Welcome back to another episode of Madhav's Movie Minute. In this episode, we're reviewing Wreck-It Ralph 2. Ralph breaks the internet. It's like, oh yes, my life is so great. I enjoy being thrown off the building now. Because every time I do...
You want me to be Vanellope?
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean?
So just pretend like you're driving a car in the distance.
Yeah.
And then look at me and then like wink. Basically, every time he falls, he's like, yes, I like this game, because he gets to see that peak, and he's like, ah, yes, such a great game. Problem is, one of the kids driving, it's like, yeah, and then the steering wheel comes off of the game, and they're like, no! So they need to order a new one. But there's no more. There is, when the guy searches it on the computer, right, and there's like, oh, sorry, looks like it's gonna have to get unplugged. So they're like, shh, you know, dramatic thing. Game over. Doesn't work anymore. So they're like, oh no, we need to order one. So they're like, "Meow," and they go into the Ethernet cable and they go into the internet and they need to get a steering wheel. The only way they can get a steering wheel is to go into another game and to get a prize for something else, for something better. Like an ad. Click on this ad, you can get free game. You can get a free steering wheel. How? You're gonna get this and boom. They go to shop. They're like, wow, thing. It's a bidding. They bet $10,000. The only way to get $10,000 is to get this thing from another game. They're like, oh yes, let's get this game and credit to $10,000 so I can put it towards the steering wheel. And they're like, that's what they do. And it's a racing game, so they have to go and they have to get the car. And then it's like a car or something like that, or a trophy. It's something. That woman is like, no, you can't steal that from me. And then they all go and they're all like trying to chase each other. And they're like, and they're all just like, oh, come here, and they're like, oh, gas dance, you know. And then they're like, come here. And they're like, boom, 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 boom. And then she takes it back. And she's like, that was a fun little race, little girl. And the girl's just like, yeah, that was really fun. We should do that again. And Rick and Ralph's like, are you crazy? We can't do that. You could get yourself hurt. And Penelope's like, but I want to do it. To find out if they get the steering wheel back, if they keep racing again, will they get it? Will they find somehow to get $10,000 for the game? Will they get the game back? Will Penelope be in Rick and Ralph's game from now on? Watch the movie to find out.
I didn't understand a thing you just said.
As always, that was great, Madav. One of our most favorite community events is still happening this year, just a little different. The Just for Kids shopping event will happen remotely, with students selecting gifts from a catalog that has already been sent home. The Friends of Recreation are looking for students and community members to help wrap presents, socially distanced, during the week of December 5th to the 12th. If you are interested, please reach out to Tara Tower at recreation@lincolnnh.org.
This concludes our show for the week. We want to remind everyone that due to the shortened week next week, we will not be having a show. We will return on Friday, December 3rd. If there is a story in our community you would like to see covered, please email us at tv@lin-wood.org. We'd love to hear from you. Have a great weekend and a safe Thanksgiving, everyone. Bye.